What are the antibodies to the virus of indifference? Good morning. My name is Father Frank Buckley. Delighted to be your host of our Jesuit meditation group, Flourishing During Times of Uncertainty. Today is Thursday, and today is going to be a great day. Welcome. If you're new to the program, I believe you found the best contemplative community in Hollywood. This is a three-part program. We always begin with a little inspiration. This morning on the virus of indifference, we will be turning to none other than our pontiff, Pope Francis, and continue to read a couple paragraphs from his book, Let Us Dream, The Path to a Better Future. And I believe with all my heart, he is leading us in this direction. The second part is our Jesuit contemplative practice, where we give the first part of the day to God, we turn the gaze inwards, we go within or we go without. And then the last part, something dear to Ignatius's own heart, our Jesuit examine, where we engage our imagination and just look back and notice where the divine has come alive in our everyday, ordinary lives. So, without further ado, let's move on to Pope Francis and see what he has to say about what are the antibodies to the virus of indifference. To go to the margins in a concrete way, as in this case, allows you to touch the suffering and the wants of a people, but also allows you to support and encourage the potential alliances that are forming. The abstract paralyzes, but focusing on the concrete opens up possible paths. Sorry, let me read that one more time. It's so important. The abstract paralyzes, but focusing on the concrete opens up possible paths. This theme of helping others has stayed with me these past months. In lockdown, I've often prayed for those who sought all means to save the lives of others while giving their own. I do not mean they were careless or reckless. They did not seek death and did their best to avoid it, even if sometimes they couldn't because they had inadequate protection. But they did not prefer saving their own lives to saving others. So many of the nurses, doctors, and caregivers paid that price of love, as did priests and religious and ordinary people whose vocation is service. Whose vocation is service. Might be the most important sentence in the book. We return their love by grieving for them and honoring them. Whether or not they were conscious of it, their choice testified to a belief that it is better to live a shorter life serving others than a longer one resisting that call. That's why in many countries, people stood at their windows or on their doorsteps to applaud them in gratitude and awe. They are the saints next door who have awoken something important in our hearts, making credible once more what we desire to instill by our preaching. They are the antibodies to the virus of indifference. They remind us that our lives are a gift and we grow by giving of ourselves, not preserving ourselves, but losing ourselves in service. What a sign of contradiction to the individualism and self-obsession and lack of solidarity that so dominate our wealthier societies. Could these caregivers, sadly gone from us now, be showing us the way we must now rebuild. Thank you, Pope Francis. Let us dream, definitely the path to a better future. Wonderful words to inspire us to have the courage to do a daily practice. A contemplative, as Ignatius invites us to be, contemplatives in action. And as Father de Mello so beautifully said, we get it mixed up all the time. When Ignatius invites us to be contemplatives in action, we put the accent on action, and de Mello is indefatigable in his belief. The accent must be on contemplation. So without further ado, let's enjoy the miracle of contemplation. I invite you to get comfortable, take your shoes off, let your feet touch Mother Earth, and I'll lower the lights. All right, let's get this party started. I invite you to get comfortable, lower the eyes. One of the ways we flourish is to unplug. I've got the timer set for 20 minutes. Lower the eyes or close the eyes, whatever feels safe to you, and let's begin. Listen, listen. The sound of this beautiful bell returns us to our true home. As always, let's begin by getting grounded with a little diaphragmatic breathing. That is in through the nose, out through the mouth 3 times, all the way into the tummy. Inhale, open mouth, exhale. Just let the shoulders drop. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Last time, give it all you got. Inhale, open mouth, exhale. Bringing fresh oxygen to the brain and the body. Continue to breathe on your own. Take the attention to the body. Feel the feet pressed on to the green earth. One of Father General's apostolic preferences is care for the earth. Just give Mother Earth a little care this morning to start the day. Thich Nhat Hanh says again and again, the miracle is not only that Jesus walked on water, but that he walked on the green earth. Moving up the body, we arrive at the chair, providing support. Let's just reflect on where we felt supported recently. And just lean into that support a little bit right now. Relax the shoulders. Anything you've been holding on to, just let it slide off the shoulders and let the earth receive it. Relax, restore, renew. As my friend Father Tom Weston says, lighten up. Moving towards the front of the body, we take hold of the heart. We focus on something that brings our life in the world a little joy. Pope Francis suggested service. We name it in one word, And once you get that word, place it all the way in the back of the heart. And as a global community, let's breathe one time into that joy. Inhale and exhale, release the hands, and just notice what you feel. Lose your mind and come to your senses. Finally, we arrive at the forehead, the seat of intuition, the area between the eyebrows, and we focus on an intention for today. St. Ignatius again and again invites us to ask for what we deeply desire, being courageous enough this morning to ask God for something great and beautiful. Let's seal that intention with an inhale and an exhale. Very, very gently take the attention to the breath, engage your sacred word, drop down, and enjoy a little deep rest. Please continue. Gently bring your attention back to the room. If the eyes were closed, go and open the eyes. Circle the wrists, bringing a little energy back into the body. Reverse the train. A little morning stretching. Inhale, raise the arms up. Take the hands together. A little tilt to the left, to the right. Reach up towards the heavens. A little back bend. A little forward bend. Look towards the belly. One more stretch up. Release the hands and shake out anything you've been holding on to. And let's move into something near and dear to Ignatius's heart, the Jesuit Examen. So we'll just look back over the last 24 hours and in our imaginations, notice where God has come alive through images, through relationships, through experiences. And feel free to drop them in the comment box. Also, if you're new, welcome. You can also just put your name, where you're from. We'd love to get to know you better. I'll just tell you where I've experienced God in the last 24 hours. So, many of you know I had done that EMDR training, and now I'm getting consultation. And last night was our consultation group, and it was with therapists doing everything from eating disorders to working with adolescents to severe trauma. And it was really, I love clinical work, and it was a great consultation. And I'm so grateful to be able to do this clinical work and be a Jesuit priest. It brings a lot of worlds together for me. So God has been very generous to me. Second is I'm doing, I'm in the middle, it's the last full day of our 8-day sober priest retreat, and that has been beyond amazing. And that dovetails perfectly into this next piece of this book by Pope Francis, Let Us Dream. I think the thing I've realized in this retreat this year is people are really struggling. The churches are closed, we're staying at home, kids are doing online learning, very difficult to connect. Zoom fatigue, social media addiction, the list goes on, and yet in the middle of this, Pope Francis shows us a way out of the craziness. I love his title of this morning's reflection is how do we get in? Let's see, what does he say exactly? What is the antibody to the virus of indifference? And it says being of service and using models in our lives of people who've been of service, even when it's cost them their whole life. And in this, I'm reminded in his words in Virtue Ethics of the importance of exemplars in our life, the people we look up to. We need models. And this morning in our inspiration, we get a model with Pope Francis. So grateful for all of you joining in today. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow on Friday, and Friday is Poetry Friday. And I'll give you a little hint. Invite your friends. It's going to be a really great inspiration because I'm borrowing a poem that I got from our Sober Priest retreat. I can almost promise you, you are going to love it. God bless you.